What would be your all-time five-a-side? If you had to field the five-a-side from your class, the class before, all the way through to today, and we're going to say, look, you can't pick yourself, okay? That's the one rule.
Fine.
Right? Because I would pick myself. But how about this? You can't put yourself in goal. So if you really want...
I definitely can't pick myself.
put yourself up at striker. Let's see what you got. But what would be your top five? And this has to be... Did you lose sleep? Because this is so tough.
Well, I couldn't pick myself, so I mean, a little bit of sleep lost there. But I would definitely have to say my all-time five would be in goal would be Hope Solo, clearly.
Okay.
I think she's a great choice there if I'm not choosing myself. So she's a solid player, always has been. Proven herself, winning Olympics and World Cup championships. So she would definitely be my goalkeeper. Christy Rampone, who was Captain America, 300 plus caps, just an amazing leader and player. Good choice. Absolutely. And then I would definitely have to go with Kate Markgraf in the back as well. Because since I'm a defensive player, you got to have two defenders at least on your five-a-side team.
Absolutely.
In the midfield, I would go with Michelle Akers. She's a fantastic leader, always was, just like one of the GOATs of the game, and still today, probably one of the best players to ever play, if not the best player. And then up top, of course, would be Mia Hamm. And, Mia's Mia, and she is just an amazing person and player and just would be able to slice and dice that other team up. And then she, of course, would be a nice setup for Alex Morgan, who would be my fifth player up there, who's really come into her own and is just leading by example. And so that's my five.
Okay.
It's funny. I was wondering if you were going to bring in someone from the more modern era,
Yeah.
Well, Alex is as modern as I'm going to get.
Yeah.
I picked them based on, because if a player can be fantastic, but when the chips are up against it and it's really the biggest stage and the biggest moment, those five players have proven their mettle and ability to get it done, and so that's how I chose it.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've had Michelle Akers on the show, and we put her through it. I mean, what a test! And she succeeded
real
quite
gotcha.
well.
We were real gotcha journalists that day. But actually, the one thing I learned about Michelle Akers is it wasn't an act. She really is like impervious to negativity. Like it just doesn't go in. She's like, whatever, this is the job that needs to get done. Let's just go do it. And I'm like, I'm not built that way. I'm specifically designed to complain a lot and then do some of it,
Yeah, the harder the work for Michelle, the more she enjoys it.
Yeah.
And if you look at our trophy cabinet, there are 0 World Cup trophies. So that kind of explains...
That's because they don't want us to win.
There's no comic World Cup? Surely there's a comedian World Cup.
Let's start a soccer comedy World
Comic
Cup, and then we're the
Olympics.
only
Well, we have a Sunday league team of all comedians, so I think we might be the only in the world. If I'm not, I haven't heard of another one.
But you'll see why we're the only one. There should be no other ones. Okay. Of all those choices you made, was there one that was really difficult? Is there someone that you're like, all right, can we get a bench? Because we need this person on the squad, but it couldn't make the five?
Oh, yeah. I mean, someone like Carly Lloyd, it was really tough to not put her in there because she's obviously proven herself, in the 2015 World Cup, scoring 3 goals in 15 minutes, one from literally 55 yards out. I mean, that's absolutely insane. That's someone who, when you really need it done, she'll do it for you. And then also Tiffany Milbrett, who... a lot of people may not know about, but who, when push came to shove, when she was on the pitch and you needed a goal, she was either going to make it or assist it. And where she was going to create it literally just by her ability to run at the other team and make things happen. And so those are 2 players that I would have on the bench, in terms of forwards and attacking players. And maybe one other great defender that I didn't put on that list is Joy Fawcett. Who played with me in the back and was just a great leader on and off and was so good at positioning and so fast that she rarely had a slide tackle because she was just always in the right place at the right time.
Yeah. Wow. As far as when you look now, are there any defenders that you feel like, they could have rocked with us back then as well?
Yeah, Becky Sauerbrunn right now, who's just solid in the back and the captain right now for the team, is just seeing her evolution from when she first came in to the national team when I was still playing to where she is now, just somebody who's back there, and she's basically like a lockdown cornerback. You know, in football, you know, you don't get a whole lot of positive outcomes the other team against her because she locks it down in her position. And so she's definitely someone who's come a long way.
All right, Becky Sauerbrunn, the Deion Sanders of the U.S. women's
exactly.
You love it.
Exactly.
The defender's like, could you try against her? Because I feel like y'all focusing on me because Sauerbrunn is here.